Everybody, I have something to tell you. I was wrong. Hi everybody, this is Mirrorbean, and I have a very special episode for you today. It is about the first review video on my channel because we have been given a gift of a leak of an episode of Season 2. Now, this is a very special one as it is about the collector. You remember that guy? The one who showed up with, I can't remember, the designer girl who everyone thought was Queen Bee but wasn't because it's actually Chloe. Anyway, let's get started on reviewing it. So the leak starts off with the classroom surrounding Chloe, who looks like she's collapsed on stairs very dramatically, and she's holding the phone in her hands and seems to be crying about something, which is very odd. And then we get cut to this little scene of the picture that is in the Agreste house, and Mr. Agreste standing in front of it. Now, there's no audio, so I'm just guessing here. And then we see him in front of what looks like a blackboard with a picture of Adrian on it. And then we get this, which is very interesting, because it looks like he's working on something with a notebook in the background. Now that notebook will be very important later on. So then we cut to Mr. Agreste holding what looks like to be a child's drawing, probably drawn by little Adrian, and then we see Adrian himself being led up the stairs by Gorilla, probably on his father's orders. And then we see the picture on the ground with Mr. Agreste standing over top of it. I think that they might have had a fight or something, and Mr. Agreste put Adrian on house arrest, and he's not allowed to go to school, which may be why, Chloe was crying on the stairs. And then we see someone, presumably the collector, being de-akumatized, unevilized, however you want to put it, and he reveals himself to be Mr. Agreste. Mr. Agreste is not Hawkmoth. Mr. Agreste is not Hawkmoth. Hawkmoth is not Mr. Agreste. Oh my god, I can't even speak because, guys, I was wrong. We were all wrong. Hawkmoth isn't Mr. Agreste, which means that Hawkmoth is someone that none of us knows. I don't know. This is so crazy and unbelievable. Anyway, then the leak goes on to show Mr. Agreste talking to Chat Noir and Ladybug. You know, typical after-akumatized stuff. And then we see him putting his hands on Chat Noir's shoulders. Maybe Mr. Agreste somehow found out who Chat Noir was? Or has a connection to him? And then we see Marinette standing outside the gates as they close on her. And at the very end of this little scene, we see the painting closing. This means that the painting was open, so we'll get another look inside that. And this also means that maybe Mr. Agreste knows who Chat Noir is and is talking to Adrian, you know, like, hey, son, just so you know, I was also a maracas holder when I was younger. I might have been Peacock, but who knows, you know? And then we see Mr. Agreste doing something on his computer, which we can't see very well because it's very blurry. And then we move on to the Ladybug and Chat Noir fight scene with the collector, name pending. So, you know, we have the normal stuff, you know, Ladybug swinging her yo-yo, and then Chat Noir tries to throw his baton at him, which Ladybug say no. And then we see the notebook, which is actually the collector's weapon. Whatever he touches with the notebook instantly goes inside the page as a drawing, which is very similar to the Pixelator, you know, that guy who took pictures and the people got transported inside. So he's there trying to get, you know, touch them with his notebook. And then we see the Ladybug sense thingy, I'm not sure what to call it. It shows a bookcase, a ping pong table, and Chat Noir's tail? Crazy combo, am I right, guys? This is gonna be entertaining. So they go into Adrian's room, you know, busting in. Everything seems okay. It looks like he might be lunging after them. And then it cuts to this scene. Now this is all about Master Fu and how this is what happens when Marinette goes inside the room. Master Fu shows her the miraculous box and he takes a look at the book. Once again, there's no audio. So the leak starts out with us seeing the classroom surrounded. You know, we get to see Volcana in all her glory. The real one this time. Chat Noir, all this stuff. I'm assuming that Master Fu is explaining the book to Marinette and how it works and all the miraculous holders, and she looks shocked by something. Tiki looks happy, but she looks shocked, so I'm not sure what news is going on there. And then we see them talking, Tiki and Nuru? No, it's Waze. Tiki and Wei spinning around them. And then we get this shot of what's happening, you know, the collector going around Paris, collecting all, you know, the important monuments, you know, Jagged Stone, the TV lady, the Eiffel Tower, all the normal stuff. And we get a very nice close-up of his evil face. Whew, So at this point, I realized that maybe he's called the Collector, not only because he goes around collecting things, but I think it has something to do with Adrian and him trying to keep them safe and to himself. We get a close-up of him having the Eiffel Tower in his book. Anyway, then we get this important scene. We get to see Nuru, the, Hawkmoth's, Kwame, and we get to see the real Hawkmoth, who isn't Mr. Agreste, oh my god! And we see, Nuru zooming off to join him, and then this is very interesting. We see all the moths surrounding Hawkmoth during his transformation, I'm assuming, and him becoming, the villain Hawkmoth, in all his glory, his shiny gloves, who isn't Mr. Agreste, oh my goodness, and him standing in front of this, which is very interesting, because I'm not sure if we've seen his transformation before. It's kind of funny trying to, and then the leak ends. It's funny thinking that he has to take care of all those moths, because it means that they're there when he's not transformed. So anyway, guys, what a crazy leak. This is probably one of the biggest they gave us, aside from, Chloe is the B-girl, and Alia is Valpina. Spoilers, oh my god, me giving you spoilers, what? Anyway, this is crazy, guys. This means Mr. Agreste isn't Hawkmoth. I know I've said that before, but it's such crazy information because we all were sure. It was basically confirmed. I made a whole video about it, but it was wrong. Which means that in some way, maybe Mr. Agreste is connected to Hawkmoth, but not, Hawkmoth himself, which might explain why he has the Kwame book or the Miraxis book in his thing and the peacock behind the painting, which does open in this episode, which once again, very interesting. And thinking of the fact that Mr. Agreste might find out Chat Noir's identity, that he's his son. This is probably one of the first times that Mr. Agreste has seen Chat Noir, close up and personal while he was akumatized. With all this information coming in, I think I'm going to be able to put out a lot more videos than I have been lately. It's been summer, I've been having fun, enjoying school not starting, woot woot, and I've been kind of relaxing. I've been slacking on this YouTube channel, which will end today, as I'm thinking of putting out another video soon, in the next few days before the month ends. I'm thinking something summer themed, because I do have a few more leaks to cover before, summer ends. So anybody, before this video gets way too long of me just rambling on, thank you all for watching this video. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Actually, comment who you think Hawkmoth is, because he's not Mr. Agreste. And this is Mirabine, beaning out. Anyway, guys, this is really little, and I think, slow down, take your time, okay, I'm good. And also, while they're having that battle over there, there's also the Eiffel Tower going down because of he's taking, oh my god, don't rush, ugh.